Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Toni and I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. I'm going to talk about the planner that we are using this year because I'm loving it. I'm really excited about it. You guys might notice that I'm in my car again. This is the second video I've had to do in my car because it's soccer season and we are either doing our schoolwork or we're running off to soccer practice or we're at church. So I don't have a whole lot of time to be filming in a setting where I would prefer to be filming, so this is kind of what you get, so sorry about that. I'm going to show you a peek into what planner we're using this year and why I'm really loving it. So if you want to see what it is, then stay tuned. I'll link above a video that I did. There's a video I did last year of the planner that I used, that I customized, a happy planner. I got it for super cheap and then I customized it to make it work for me and it was great. It was really awesome. And then I also have used a dot journal before where it was really pretty and it was actually fun to make my layout each week. I really enjoyed that. I'll link that video also for you. This year, I really don't have time for any sort of creativity, so I bought a planner. I ordered it on Amazon and I bought it and it's working really great. So the one that we chose is called a Simple Plan from Mardel. Simple Plan for the homeschooling family for this year. I had watched videos of this planner from last year and I loved the design. I didn't love this design as much as the one they had from last year. I think the one last year had like cactuses and what are the succulents and stuff all over and it was so pretty. So I was kind of bummed that that was last year's and I didn't think I was gonna like this, but first of all, I don't close it most of the time. It's usually on my desk open like this, so it's really not that big of a deal. But I'm gonna show you the stuff that I love about it and why this works for us. So the first thing is the binding. This has a nice big plastic binding and it's working great and I love that about it. First of all, I had looked at some, I can't remember. I had asked you guys for some suggestions on different planners and some of them were like bonkers, the price. I mean, I'm not gonna pay $60 to $70 for a planner. It's just not gonna happen. I don't remember how much this was. It was 20 something, so it wasn't too bad. So some of those had like a nice metal coil binding, which was really awesome, but this is really good. It's just fine and perfect and good enough. So anyway, one of the cool things about this is in the front cover and in the back cover, there is a pocket. Let's see if I can show you. There is a pocket here, which I love. I've never had a planner with a pocket in it. Like, how smart is that? So I've got my notes from when I was planning before I got my planner for all this stuff that I am referring to that I had planned out. And it's got a pocket in the front and the back. How cool is that? So that's pretty awesome. So it's got a real cute, actually it's a nice fall design, but it's just a cute like neutral design. So I'll show you the tabs here. So it's got, let's see, it's got general info, it's got planning, then we've got all the months. So it does, then one nice thing for someone who's never used this before, it's got a different design on every one of these covers. But they do have the calendars in here with all the different important dates and stuff, which is really nice. It has these planner calendars. So when I first was trying to decide what I was going to use, this is my oldest daughter's, all the stuff she was going to do and what our basic schedule is going to be. I have changed that a couple times. I'll link that video above if you want to know what changes we've made already. But still, this is like the gist of what we're doing. We just aren't sticking to a time schedule like this. But it was neat to be able to write out all the things, the schedule, the curriculum we're using, and then kind of a time block for each kid. I didn't fill these out yet. I would like to. I just haven't had time. But this has for each student a yearly overview that you can write down. First quarter, week 1, it's got all the things that you want to accomplish. And I think that's really neat. That's what I'm trying to do this year, is to really like stick to a plan and make sure we're where I want to be in our curriculum. So it's neat to have that in here. So I do want to get that filled out, but I haven't yet. They also have like a couple random pages like this, like future planning, which is nice if you just need to make notes for different things. This general info one, like they give you examples if you are new to planning and you don't really know what to do. They give you examples on like how you could set this up and what this could look like. So that was kind of neat. I mean, you might not need it, but to get inspiration or something, I think it's helpful. So I will show you what the spread looks like for like one of the months. The other nice thing, and I'm sure most homeschool planners are probably like this, it goes from July 2022 to June of 2023. So it gets you through an entire school year, but it's nice that it doesn't start in January. It starts in July because it's made for homeschooling. So that's kind of cool. So in the beginning of each month, you turn your month tab here. We've got, like, this was August 2022 because that's when we started. And it has this 2-page spread here. So it's got things to accomplish, which was neat. I wrote down some things that we're going to try to work on memorizing. So it's nice to have that down. And then special activities. Rather than writing notes down on random pieces of paper, it's nice to have it all in here. I had gotten my websites. Let me cover that up because that says something about where we live. I've got my reading list here that I was going to do for 5 in a row. It's got a place for prayer requests and answers, and then supplies needed here too. The next thing it has is a monthly spread like this, which is cool. And I like being able to, it's nice to be able to mark off the days so that you know where you're at. We had soccer in here. We had, I've got my YouTube stuff in here, just reminding myself, oh, you've got a video to put out that day or whatever. Just to be able to keep track of everything. It's nice to keep track of that. Then this is what, I'm going to show you what a blank weekly spread looks like, and then I'll show you one that I filled in and has my scribble all over it. So it's set up like this, okay? Down the side, I'm going to show you one. I usually fold it over like this because I like that it's down. Monday goes down, Tuesday goes down, Wednesday goes down. So you don't have to, I've had it before where Monday goes across, then you really have to keep it open. So this is kind of nice that it works this way. So you've got your subjects down the side, which I fill in. I like that that's blank, but it does give you a space for it because some subjects don't need written in, some subjects do. So I like that you have the freedom to put in whatever you need to put in. And then it has space for 6 kids, which I think is probably hard to find, at least that I've seen. So that's really nice to be able to do 6 kids if you want, or like for me, sometimes I've got 4 kids, so I'll either do all 4 kids, or if just 2 of my girls have something, I might have 2 lines for one girl and 2 lines for the other girl, but it's nice to have that. And I love the little check boxes so that I can check it off and feel accomplished. So I love that. And then this is what the other side looks like. So it is dated, which I appreciate. I like that it's dated. And then it's got the date here. And then it's got this whole side for notes, which I love. I love having that next to the calendar because there's all kinds of things that I can write down, or if there's something like, oh, I need to get this for next week, I can make a note on here. So I really like it. So let me show you what my first week looked like. So here's how I set it up. So I've got like our morning time here and our Bible. This is, I split this up because we alternate science and history. So I've got science, I've got history here. This is language and spelling. This is our 5 in a row. This is reading and writing, and then I have math down here. So I was trying really hard this year to write down specifics of like this lesson. We're going to do this so that I can stay up to date with things and keep track and not just like, not get behind, because it's easy to get behind where you want to be, you know? So anyway, it worked really well. I have everything written down, and it was nice, like morning basket. I have a different thing each day. We have like music this day. We have a geography thing this day, a different geography thing this day. Then we've got health this day. And then this day was my son's birthday, but Friday is art. And then we also have some stuff that I've got my read aloud written down, or reading Gladys Aylward. So I actually wrote out the chapters that we read, and that was really helpful. So that's what a week spread looks like. And I don't know, I thought it was really helpful. I didn't have any issues fitting everything in there. I wrote down what, for geography, what country we were focusing on that week. So yeah, I thought it worked really well. So anyway, that's what it looks like. And then we've got, it's the same thing. It's got different designs on, like there's September. Is that September? Yeah, there's September. So they have a different little divider, which is really cute. And then this side has the divider too. So that's really neat. So I won't show you all those because, you know, but I like that they have a different design for each month. That's really cute. Then in the back, they have some extras. So they do have student records, which I don't see myself doing because we're not in a state where we have to keep record of anything really, of like days. But if you are, they do have this record where you can mark off the days, and then it's got at the bottom, it's got like first semester, total days present, total days of the year. So if you have to keep track, it's nice that it does have that. I don't think that's something that we will use, but it's nice for it to be there. And they have that page for each student. They've got a curriculum tracker here, which is nice. Like for, this will be nice. This one is the name and curriculum, and then this side has a total. So I think this is what I'll use next year when I start thinking about what are we going to do, and then figuring out how much I'm going to spend on it, because usually it's on a random piece of paper. So it's nice to have it all in here. And then there's some extras here. So it's got like encouraging pages and things. You are enough. Anyway. And then they've got a grading chart. That's really cool, actually. I have a little grading chart that's like a sliding grading chart, and sometimes I can't find it. I didn't even realize this was in here. So that's kind of cool. So it's got like where you do number of problems and then number of incorrect answers. So you go this way and then you go down this many, and that's their grade. That's pretty cool. Suggested reading list for per grade. That's a fun little resource. In the back, it's got the Way of Salvation. So this is a Christian company, which is really neat. I've never, ever heard of the salvation message being in a planner. That is amazing. So they get props for that. You can even write down your salvation testimony. Super cool. I love that, because people are going to buy this that aren't necessarily saved. Then in the back, there's extracurricular activities. So just like some extras to write notes down. And then they've got a couple pages in the all the way back for just notes. Quite a few pages like this that are just blank note pages. And that's really helpful too. So there's a handful of those, and that's it. And then the pockets, which are awesome. So that's the planner. I will say, I think it's plenty durable. There was one I used a couple years ago that the pages bent so bad, and it was really frustrating. And I felt like they were like curling. Like as I had it open, the pages were curling, and that was really annoying. This isn't like super thick paper, but I think it's thick enough. I have taken this to and from soccer practice so many times since soccer started, and I think I've only got see, I've got one little tab that's messed up right there from having it in the car and thrown in my bag and all that stuff. But for the most part, this thing is a real sturdy. This is kept, I promise I'm beating it up. And this thing is still looking pretty good. So I would recommend this. I really like it. This is not sponsored. I just want to share with you guys what's working for me, and just that I like this, and I love finding something that works, because I like to try new things, but I also, it's nice to just have something that works. And this didn't break the bank. That is huge, because so many of these planners that I know you can customize them and they're so pretty, but like it costs as much as a whole curriculum, you know, and that's too much for me. So if you're a thrifty mom, I think this is a good happy medium. It's not, you know, we can all most likely afford between $20 and $30, I think, for a good solid planner that's going to work. And I think this is really great. So I will link this below if anybody's interested. I'm pretty sure they have other designs which are blank dated. Like if you don't like to have the pre-dated ones, they do have some of those. But you can check that out. But I will link this one below that I have if anybody's interested and you haven't gotten a planner yet. I also will mention one other thing I'm doing is Trello, and I talked about this in one of my other videos. I'm doing this just as a daily schedule, like a flow. So it's an app on my phone that I keep on my phone. So once we've done, if we're like, we've done our morning basket time, then we've done our Bible time, and then I still forget what's next, and one of my kids, they can pull up my phone and they can look and see what is our next subject. And that has worked so well just to have it. I'll see if I can insert a screenshot here of what I've done, but it's really easy. It's a free app, and it's just nice to have everything together. You can actually use that to like really to have the kids check off things, and like you can virtually like check things off and move it to it from the to-do list to the finished list and stuff. We're not doing that. It's just kind of my daily flow. But I have a different schedule for each day, and so that's nice. So I'm using both the hard copy that's always out on the desk, and I'm physically checking it off on here, and I'm also using Trello just to keep me in line and keep me where I'm supposed to be. So I'm enjoying it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful to see what we're using. And homeschool year is going pretty well so far. So we've had a couple bumps in the road, as you know, everybody has. If you haven't watched that video yet, make sure you check that out. That I put out, I think it was last week, about just some changes we made and just some failures I've had as a mom and as a homeschool mom, and trying to just work through it. And it's a learning process, and we're learning, and it's okay. And we got to give each other grace. We got to give ourselves grace. So if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, don't forget to do that so that you don't miss any of my videos. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.